Hello, my dear students. I hope you are safe and sound and sitting at home and observing all the requirements and instructions regarding the coronavirus. And please, if you attempt to step out of the house with a permission, wear a face mask and gloves. Very well. So today's lesson is Unit 5. As usual, we start with Section A. And what do we have in this lesson? We have uses of the infinitive with to, verbs plus infinitive, word stress. Alright, so the first topic is, are you a party animal? And we have a text here. First is speaking. Can you answer the questions? You don't have a partner here, so you have to talk to yourself and give questions, put questions to yourself and answer them yourself. Like, do you like going to parties? I can say, yes I do, or no I don't. If I say I don't, then you have to say why not. If you say yes I do, then you have to answer why. Do you like giving parties? Why or why not? When was the last time you went to a party or celebration? For example, a wedding, a birthday party, etc. Whose party was it? Did you have a good time? What did you wear? What kind of music did they play? Did you dance? Did you meet anybody new? What did you have to eat and drink? Did you stay until the end? Very good questions. How would I answer these questions? Let me think. So, if the question is, when was the last time you went to a party or celebration? I just take the question, turn it into an affirmative sentence, and I already have 90% of an answer. The last time I went to a party was 2 weeks ago. Whose party was it? It was my friend's birthday. Or it was a wedding. Did you have a good time? Oh yes, I had a very good time. Or you can say, no, unfortunately I didn't have a good time. What did you wear? I wore a formal dress. Or I wore casual clothes. Or I wore a blouse and jeans. You can describe your outfit. What kind of music did they play? They played pop music, or they played folk music, or they played Azeri music. Did you dance? Yes, I did. Or no, I didn't. Did you meet anybody new? Oh yes, I met somebody new. What did you have to eat and drink? I had to eat the usual party meal and drink, or the usual party food and drinks, like pilaf, kebab, salads, and I drank sodas or mineral water. Did you stay until the end? Oh yes, I did. I stayed until the end and ate some pilaf and a cake. I ate some cake. Good. So the text is, how to survive at a party when you don't know anybody. What's to survive? To survive means to live, to keep living. to keep living. Has this ever happened to you? You arrive at a party or wedding reception where you don't know anybody. Anybody there seems to know each other. What can you do? There are 5 simple tips. Don't stand in a corner. You need to be positive. Find somebody you think you would like. What would you put here? Find somebody you think you would like to talk to or to chat with, and go and introduce yourself. Try to ask impersonal questions like, I love your bag, where did you get it? That will help, etc. Oh, we are given the infinitives that we can use in this text. Look here. We have to ask, to give, to be, to go, not to dominate, to listen, to meet, to escape, to start, to get, to talk to. And to talk you can use twice. Read the article again and then cover it. Can you remember the tips? Alright, you can do that. Now, exercise 2C. Match the examples A to C from the text with rules 1, 2, 3. So you take number A. It's very easy to talk about yourself all the time. And let's look at the text and try to see where we can match it. The same thing is to say that you are going to the bar to get another drink. Find a match in the text. And the third one, try to ask impersonal questions. Can you find a match in the text? Again? Good. Use the infinitive with to after some verbs like want, try. I would also add need, explain, etc. These verbs require infinitives, and this is very fortunate because in our parallel grammar lesson we are parallelly right at the same time looking at gerunds and infinitives, and we have already learned that there are a number of words, a list of verbs that go with infinitives, that require infinitives after them. So want and try are the infinitives that require, actually want and try are the verbs that require infinitives. After adjectives, to say why you do something. Good. You go to page 134 to Grammar Bank 5A, read the rules and do the exercises, and that you will have to do in writing. Let's go to the next page. Reading and listening. Read this article about the right things to say to different people at parties. In pairs, but you don't have pairs, so you will do it individually. Guess how to complete the don't, want, say phrases. What to say and what not to say to people at parties. Oh, okay, let's look at a picture. If you're talking to a doctor, don't say, I have a backache. Could you please have a look at it? Say, you look tired. Would you like a drink? If you're talking to a teacher, if you're talking to a travel agent, if you're talking to a hairdresser, if you're talking to a psychiatrist. Don't talk professional matters. This is not polite. If you see a doctor at a party or a hairdresser, don't discuss professional matters with these people because it is leisure time. It's a party. Here you have B51. Now, listen to some people at a party who say the wrong things. Complete the don't say phrases. Did you guess any of them? Listen to the people at the party again and complete the conversation with the infinitive. I want to do something. Perhaps you would like to. I'd like to. You're just the person I want to. I need to. Good. So, today, parallelly to our grammar class, we are also practicing infinitives. 4A. Exercise 4A. Go to page 154 to your vocabulary bank and look at the verb forms. Look at some other verbs followed by the infinitive and highlight any that you didn't know and learn them. 4B. Communication. Guess the infinitive at pages 110 and 114. Now, time for some pronunciation and speaking. 2 and 3 syllable words usually have the stress on the first syllable. Always underline the stress in the new words. Dangerous, decide, difficult, forget, important, interesting, possible, pretend, promise, remember. You can listen and check again, and what is more important, practice saying the words. Exercise 5C. Choose 5 questions and ask a partner. Do you find it difficult to remember people's names? Do you find it's important to learn to cook? What's the most interesting place to visit in your town? Have you ever forgotten to turn off your mobile in a cinema or a concert? Do you think it's possible to learn a foreign language without going to the country? Is there any part of your town where it's dangerous to go at night? Do you always remember to phone your friends on their birthdays? When was the last time you promised not to come home late? Have you ever pretended to be ill when you weren't? Have you decided to go anywhere next summer? Very nice questions. And if you read them over and over again and practice them and try to memorize them, so you will be able to ask these questions easily when you need to. Our next section is 5B. What makes you feel good? We will look at the verbs plus gerund. Happily so, we are looking at the same topic in our grammar lessons. Verb plus a gerund, ing, verbs describing emotions, and the ing ending. So some verbs require gerunds after them. And you know the list of verbs that require gerunds. you have already learned them from your grammar. What makes you feel good? We asked readers from all over the world to tell us what makes them feel good. Eating outside. I love sitting at street cafes or having meals in the garden, even when the weather is not perfect, which it often isn't. Being with people I like and not being with people I don't like. Sitting on a phone when it takes off, you can't control what's going to happen for the next 2-3 hours, so you can really relax. Waking up on a sunny morning during my holiday when I know I have a whole day ahead to do the things I really like doing. Getting out of the city. It doesn't matter where to the beach or to the country or to the forest. Being in the middle of nature makes me feel alive. Watching heavy rainstorms through the window from a comfortable warm room with a fire and knowing I don't need to go out. Talking to intelligent people. Good conversation is one of life's great pleasures. Having time for myself. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen very often. Reading books or magazines in English. I'm Hungarian, and I still find it hard to believe that I can enjoy reading without using a dictionary in a language that once was a complete mystery. Tidying a cupboard. It stops me from thinking about my problems. Can you see? So these are examples of what readers from all over the world tell us about what makes them feel good. And I think one of your topics will also be about the things that make you feel good. Now, exercise 1A. Read the article once. How many people mention the weather? Mention means to say, to speak about. Holidays and traveling, housework, nature, other people. And then you will read the article again and tick the 3 things you agree with most. Then put a cross next to any you don't agree with. And say why. And also, number C, please pick for yourself and underline 5 new words or phrases that you want to learn from the text that will always stay with you. Exercise 2, grammar, verb plus ing. So, in section A, we looked at verbs that require infinitives after them. Now we look at the verbs that require gerunds after them. Like being with people I like makes me feel good. Or I love sitting at cafes. I can enjoy reading without using a dictionary. Match sentences A, C to C with rules 1, 2, 3. Use the ing form. After some verbs, when we use a verb as a noun or when we use a verb after a preposition. Now, look at the highlighted words, actually verbs, being, sitting, using. Can you remember the spelling rules for making the ing form? And you and me, we have already studied how we make the ing form of the verbs and their written forms. Go to page 134, Grammar Bank 5B, read the rules and go to the exercises. And then Start to work on your topic. Write down 2 things that make you feel good, that are not in the article, something new, something which is yours, personal. Now it's time for a little pronunciation. Exercise 3A. The audio is 5.3. Listen and repeat the sound picture and the words. Thing, bring, wrong, language, sitting, watching, thanks, think. On page 159 is the sound bank. Look at the typical spellings for the sound. Attention please. When we add ing to a verb, the pronunciation of the original verb does not change. Like you say do and you add ing, it will be doing, doing. Forgetting. Exercise 3C. Audio 5.4. Listen and say the ing form of the verbs that you hear. Now let's go down to exercise 4, vocabulary and speaking. Again, if you go to page 154 to your vocabulary bank verb forms, verb plus ing. Look at the other verbs which are followed by the ing forms, or consult your grammar lesson chapter 10. A job that you don't mind doing, enjoy watching, like doing, love doing, hate doing, spend doing, dream of meeting, don't like doing, interested in doing, in thinking of doing, stopped doing, good at doing. Please use these verbs plus gerunds in your own sentences. Make up sentences using these verbs. Listening. Oh, that's very nice. So if you have time at home, please watch a very famous movie which is called Sound of Music. You will derive a great pleasure from viewing this film. So this is a picture, an episode from that movie. You will listen to it. Listen, number 5.5. You listen to an interview with the director of a singing school with a student who did the course there. Were you right? First, ask and answer these questions. Do you ever sing in the shower, in the car, at karaoke bars, while you're listening to a CD, in a choir or a band? Or you can say, I often sing in the shower. I sometimes sing in the car. I always sing at karaoke bars. I always sing while I'm listening to a CD. I never sing in a choir because I'm not a part of a choir. In pairs, say if you think sentences 1 to 7 are true or false. Singing is good for your health. Do you think that's true or false? For me it's true. To sing well, you need to learn to breathe correctly. Yes, that's right. You need to learn to breathe correctly to sing well. People who sing are fatter than people who don't. Maybe, Maybe it's true, because when you sing, you are spending energy. And do this to the end. Now listen to an interview with the director of a singing school and a student who did a course there. Were you right? Listen again and choose the right answer. So my students, this is pretty much what we have for this section of the unit. So this is, let's call it a day. This is the end of the lesson, and we will continue with sections C and D next time. See you. Goodbye.